Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Let's go live right now. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's try to make it public, but I believe we won't be able to until after we are done because lately we've been having some technical difficulties with that. How are you, beautiful people, doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767 YT Kubuli, YT Kubuli, tall as a body, you call me Little Boy. Let me change my glasses. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. How are you people? I'm rocking my Neg Marron hat tonight. You know, Dr. Dale Dangleben's brand. I'm wearing that tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to try again to see if we can make it public. If not, we will just have to wait till after the show and make it public. All right. So how are you beautiful people doing, man? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to wait, man. We're going to have to wait. But as they say in France, c'est la vie, mon ami. That's life, my friend. That is life, my friend. How are you people doing? Hope everyone's doing well. In a minute, I'll go make it live. I might put it on my WhatsApp. Let's see. Let's go here. And we can look at it from Badui Financial Services. There we go. We're live by Badui Financial Services, and we can look at it live there. So, anyways, how are you people doing? Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Let's take it one step at a time. Sweet Jesus. One step at a time, sweet Jesus. So, how are you? How are you? How are you? Man, I'm doing well. August is in full bloom. We're actually almost in September. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and it's one of those things, what we do. So I hope that everything will go smoothly. Until then, we just have to see what's happening here. Let's make it. There we go. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. There it is. Let me say hello on that so everybody can see it. And besides that, we're good. We're good. We're good. How are you people doing? Welcome, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Shiloh SDA Church in Petersburg, Virginia. Good evening. And whoever else will be watching, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Last week, I did Tuesdays with Terrence on the road. I was in New England. It was the wife's birthday, Sandy's birthday, and we were out there visiting Newport, Rhode Island, which was excellent. First time going there. Martha's Vineyard as well, Oak Bluffs, and also Eggleston. And we went to Boston. We had some fun. We had a good time. I needed a break. So thanks to Sandy for planning it. Good job. Good job. And I'm really excited about that. So how are you people doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. We will start our show in a moment. I hope everyone's doing well. And basically tonight, our show is entitled Start Now. Start Now. So we'll try that and see how it goes in a minute. But as we do that, let's play our theme song to get it going. All right, let's start our theme song and we can move from there. The Roots of My Rise. Here we go. Right now.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the
How are you?
person
Good to see you tonight.
Boston raised me with its hustle and grind.
Business partner, how are you? Hope you're doing well.
City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way.
I see you're not tired tonight.
A licensed financial
Welcome, welcome.
ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Soon drop asleep. Yeah.
Now the South,
get your rest. Get your rest. I understand. Thanks for your support.
A community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Yeah, the roots of my rise, man. The roots of my rise. You know, my partner sent me this today. It says discipline leads to habits. Habits leads to consistency, and consistency leads to growth. I want to thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because it's definitely true, man. I've been doing this for a while. Even with now that I can't stream live on my personal page, I don't know why. It used to do it, but now it won't let me do it until after the show. So you can watch it live on my business page. You can watch it live on YouTube at Bardui Financial Services. You can watch it live on Instagram, HTB964. You can watch it live on LinkedIn, Havis Bardui, on X, HTB964. You know, there's a plethora of places you can watch it, and that's okay. So tonight, our title is Just Start. Just Start. You know, school, I believe, started yesterday for some. I've seen some school pictures in some communities. I believe in some states like Georgia and Florida, it started last week or week before. People are back in school. A lot of the kids, so some of the parents, you know, probably a little happy for that. But it's one of those things where back to school is a great time every year if you have children or grandchildren. It's a time to, you know, new beginnings for school, a new grade, new lesson plans, you know. So that's an exciting thing for that. But for those of you for the summer, you know, have you taken some time off for some R&R? Excuse me, I got to do that, and I'm very grateful. I hope you did too, because I'm trying to get some water here. Excuse me. Because getting the R&R is a good thing, because you can't just be grinding, and not getting some R&R. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all play and no work make Jack poor boy. But anyways, you know, it's one of those things I think it's really important for us to do. Let me see if there's anyone over here I can give a shout out to. Let me take a quick look. Miss Self Development. How are you, Valerie Rodriguez? How are you, partner? Hope you're doing well. I just saw your video on Facebook. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great summer. I hope you did get some rest or some vacation time. I hope you got to do that because everybody needs some good time. Good evening, Miss Cavell. Scott, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. I heard the weather was cold in Boston today. It was so funny. I got a call from one of my high school classmates. I haven't seen them since about 96 or 7. And, you know, they sent me something on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, Tech Tiger," and they sent me. They called me. It was a FaceTime too, a video call. It was good talking to my business partner, not my business partner, my high school classmate, and she's Jamaican as well. And we were talking about Jamaica and all that good stuff. We did that, so that was exciting. So good to see you. You're at the library. All right, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I hear it's cold up there in Boston today. Down here, it's a little cool, but it's not. It's not cold, but it's a little cool. I heard Boston was a little cold today. Let me see what the temperature is in Boston right now, because I heard it was a little cold, and you guys can keep it up there because I think a hurricane was passing through or something. Boston is 67. That's not bad. So tonight it'll go as low as 60 overnight. In the middle of the morning, it'll be 60 degrees. So that's bad. That's not bad. The high today in Boston was 72. That's not bad. C'est la vie. It's still summer, but you know what? Enjoy what you have. I don't complain about weather anymore. I take it as it comes. So it's 67. That's right. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Just start. Just start is my topic this evening. Are there things in life that you should just start doing that you haven't done? I don't know, reading a book. Just start it. Going back to school. Just start with a course. An exercise regimen. Just start. You can walk, you can stretch, you can do this, you can do that, whatever it may be. Just start. And sometimes we procrastinate. We take our times and we complain and we do this and we do that. But it's best to just start wherever you are, in whatever it may be. It might be a crocheting, learning to crochet, or learning to cook your own meals. I can see we have two cooks on there. I can see Peach Goodwill and Cavell Scott. Yeah, I know they like to cook their own stuff instead of eating the stuff on the road. I guess it's that St. James mentality, right? Which is a good thing, But we all should just start. You don't do devotion, just start by saying a prayer every morning or reading a devotional book. Just start. Is there something you want to volunteer somewhere at the library or at the school or at a child center or at a senior citizen center, a nursing home? Just start. In whatever it is that we want to do, we should just start. Just starting is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Just starting. Just starting should be just start about anything. So, this is the Financial Services Show. We talk about financial literacy. And there's sometimes people, I talk to people all the time. And they will say, "Well, I'm not ready," or "I'm not." There's one person I think about who's never ready. I said, "Just start." And I know some people who gives me all kind of excuses, and I'm like, "Just start. It doesn't matter how much, where. Just start. Starting is that first step. Like you want to go into the water and it's a little cold. Just jump in. Put that first foot in." And just start. It's important that you just start. So tonight, let's talk about the reason why you should just start with your financial planning. I was watching a podcast today. I think it was Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. We're not talking about his personal life. That's his business. Everybody have something in their closet, right? But he was interviewing Country Wayne. Excuse me. Country Wayne is a comedian. He got his break on social media during the pandemic. He started doing reels and short stories, and the reels is where it's at for him. And he monetizes his page You know, his pages. He has multiple Facebook pages and stuff like that, and Instagram. He's on YouTube as well. He's not on TikTok. I don't think he's using TikTok as he should yet. But he said he's looking to see how he can monetize that, right? And what he was saying, he was saying like, making $60,000 a month on social media, monetizing social media pages is a slow month. I'm like, wow, slow month, But he has people who write skits and submit it to him, and he posts it on his page. So they say, whenever you want to be, wealthy, you gotta have. Or even though it's like wealthy people have people working for them because you can't do everything by yourself. But there is something you can do by yourself. You can start, putting a plan in place, whether for a grandchild or a child, or even an adult child who may not be responsible. Just start. You're like, what do we just start with? With anything. Start with something. You know, when I was driving on the road, I saw like the lottery was about $600 million, right? Now, for those of you who play, if you hit it, you should contact me so I can help you. But I don't recommend you do that because the chances of winning is millions, to one. So, but the point is, there was someone who told me one time, when they get their settlement or when they hit the lottery, they'll call me, and I said, no, you won't. I said, no, you won't. If you will not call me for $25 a month or $50 a month to help you, or 100 or whatever it may be, when you have millions of dollars, I'm the person you're going to think of. No, you're not going to think of me. So now that school is back in session, this is a good time, or I should say a great time, to start insuring your children or your grandchildren. As a parent or a grandparent, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Even for an adult child who's irresponsible or can't budget or is not disciplined, now is the time to start. They say that financial planning, you should have started it 20 years ago. Well, you didn't. You should have started yesterday. Well, you didn't. Well, the best time after that is today. Today, right now. What is it that you have not done? I can see multiple people watching who I know for a fact have done some planning. They've done some planning. And it's really important that I acknowledge them. They started somewhere. Some started in their 30s, some started in their 40s, some started in their 50s, some in their 60s, some in their 70s, somewhere, but they started. And that is the key. Just starting. When you start, what it does is it puts you on the right trajectory, the right path. When you procrastinate or you say, what I'm going to, I want to, and I should, it's all excuses. For example, next month, September, is Life Insurance Awareness Month. It's a big month for my industry. It's when we bring awareness, but I think awareness should be every day. No, like you hear people talk about Black History. Black History is not February, Black History Month. Black History Month is every month, and Black History is every day. While I was up in Martha's Vineyard, I learned about a guy named Absalom Boston. Absalom Boston. You can Google him, and I made a post about it on my Facebook page. Absalom Boston was a whaler, and he was a sea captain. He was the first African American sea captain to take an all-black or African American crew, to Cape Verde Islands at the west coast of Africa. And whaling was a huge business in New England back in the day. That's when they got the oils from the whales, for lamps and all the different things that they used it for. Whaling was huge, and there was many families who got very wealthy doing that up there in New England. But in your case, you may not be doing whaling, or you may not be monetizing a social media page. But what you can do, you can put something in place to protect yourself and protect your family, especially if you have minor children or if you have siblings or friends, or there's someone who I shouldn't say requires, I should say someone who depends on your income. It could be a child, it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, it could be a spouse, it could be a whomever, a family member here or abroad. It's paramount, absolutely paramount, that you have stuff in place in case something happens. And people always think about, well, some people get scared and worried about, life insurance because they think something's going to happen to them. Well, don't concentrate on that. Concentrate on the living benefits. Concentrate on, someone called me today or yesterday. Someone told me um, yesterday or today, I can't remember, that their son is like 32 or 33 years old and he had a minor stroke. A stroke. I'm like, what? When I was a kid, a stroke was for old people, you know. But I've known two people, or I know two people who suffered strokes in their 40s. One was like 46 a couple years ago when they suffered a stroke. 45, 46. The other one was just in their late 40s, almost 50. Now I'm hearing about, there's another guy I know who suffered a stroke in his 40s as well. Now I'm hearing in their 30s. I'm like, what's the reason? Is it not exercising? Or is it what? It could be, what's causing that? Well, those are some of the reasons why people need to have what we call living benefits. And you're like, what's living benefits? We call it life insurance, that you don't have to die to use. You use it while you're alive in case something happens to you, an illness, something critical or something chronic, cancer, if you had an accident, you become a quadriplegic, a stroke, those things. When you can't do two of the activities of daily living, that triggers a claim. And then you get some of money you can access while you're alive, to take for someone to take care of you or pay your bills or whatever you needed to do. It's paramount that people realize the importance. People realize the importance of living benefits. And it's basically called living benefits because you use it while you are alive. And I think it's paramount that you should consider that. It doesn't matter what age you are. Too many times people worry about, well, is it something that I can get? And I'm like, yes, it's something you can get. It's something you can get. Are you planning to get it? Are you? Huh? Let me pull up this page right here real quickly for you. Is that something you're like, well, I don't know. Well, yes, you do know. You do know. You do know. You know, like I just told you, life happens. I've just told you about three people who suffered strokes. Four. Three in their 40s and one in their 30s. My aunt suffered a stroke, but she was like, God, I can't remember if she was in the 70s or 80s at the time. You know? Why? It's paramount, folks. It's paramount that you make sure you protect yourself and your income. You've heard me said many times, your ability to earn an income is your most valuable asset. Your ability to earn an income is your most valuable asset. And you're like, what do you mean by that? What if you can't work? You can't pay your mortgage or your rent, your car note, your bike note, your school loan, your personal loans. You can't really do anything. Your gas bill, your light bill, your phone bill, you can't do any of that. So therefore, your income is your most valuable asset. But is it protected? And don't tell me I got short-term care, long-term care at work. No, 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 no. You know, what if you it goes longer than that? What you gonna do? Do you have an emergency pool of money you can access? So I keep telling people, start now. Start now. Don't wait for September when it's life insurance awareness month. Don't wait. There's some people, I just text someone the other day and I said, hey, let's meet. You told me August. And they said, well, I'll be gone next week, which was last week. I'm like, okay, cool. So this week I hit them up. I'm like, what day this week can we schedule? And they're like, well, I'm traveling. And I understand that, but you're traveling all week. And people make excuses and they procrastinate. And that's their right. And I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but I just don't feel bad. Like I said, three of those people, that they know me, they know what I do, and there was no reason why they should not have living benefits. One of them had even inquired, and every time I try to schedule something, I guess they claim life happens. Life can only happen so often. So I say to you and to all those out there, what is it that's hindering you from not just protection, but planning? Now, financial literacy should be taught in schools. It's not taught in schools. It's not. And the funny thing about it is, if you start teaching people, students or individuals from an early age, I think they should be taught financial literacy from kindergarten. With a piggy bank, let them start with piggy banks. And then when they get older and their comprehension increases, you start with, I think every school should have some kind of credit union on the elementary school level, so to teach them. And by the time they're in middle school, they should be knowing about investments, different financial concepts. They should even know about the stock market. They should know about different concepts of different things. They should all have an account. And the account they should have is not a bank account at a bank. It should be infinite banking concept that you as a parent or a grandparent is funding for the benefit of the child. Now, people say, well, you need a UGMA account, Uniform Gift to Minors Act account. Well, those accounts in a bank, where you going to get chicken feed? And if it's in a mutual fund, you have to pay capital gains. Now, I'm not opposed to that. People who have 401ks, they're typically invested in mutual funds. But those are tax deferred instruments. But we're talking about if you have a non-qualified, meaning it's not a 401k, 403b, 457 TSP, those kind of investments, there's capital gains. So you have to pay taxes on the gains every year that it's realized. So why wouldn't you consider, that's a great word, I use the right choice of words, why wouldn't you consider putting something into something there that you don't have to worry about capital gains? You don't have to worry about taxation. You can access it tax-free if you structure it properly and you take it out using the right structure. I know some people who have done it the wrong way, and they're going to have to be paying income on that. And it's wrong. So, my question to you is this. My simple question to you is, have you done this? If you have, bravo, I applaud you. If you've done it you've talked to your parents and they've decided, I applaud you. If you have children and you've secured them, or a child, I applaud you. If you've done it yourself, I applaud you. If you've told someone about it, I applaud you, regardless if they have done it or not. And a lot of people sometimes procrastinate. They procrastinate. And it's kind of like a doctor telling someone they need to exercise or change their diet. The doctor can't make you exercise or can't make you eat right. You have your desire to want to exercise or to do right has to be greater than your desire to eat anything and not exercise. So they're going to inform you of that, and you have to grab the bull by the horn and ride that boy, ride that bad boy, ride it. And that's what we try to do every day. Even people who have debt, I talk to people and I know people who have debt, and I talk to them all the time. And we tell them, even last night, we had a get out of debt seminar, you know, and there are some people who've done it. I have clients who are I mean, they're doing very well because they've used these concepts. And there are some who haven't. I'm not picking on you. It's your right, it's your prerogative. Just start. Just start doing something for your financial future. And too many times, I think people look at me, I look at them as, if you're not doing it with me, do it with somebody. Somebody. I would prefer it's me or one of my colleagues. But if you're not, do it with somebody. And I've come to the conclusion where some people just they just don't want to, and some people are doing it and they're not saying anything, you know. And those people, I applaud them as well. I applaud them. So think about this, folks. Think about this concept. You have a child, or you have children, or you have a significant other, and you haven't protected them. And you're moving around like back in the day. I remember back in the day, people used to drive cars without seatbelts. Seatbelt saves lives, but just because you have a seatbelt doesn't mean that in an accident you're going to live. But what I'm saying here is the same thing. Having life insurance doesn't prevent you from dying, and not having life insurance doesn't mean that you're going to die either. All it does is it puts awareness out there, and it keeps you protected. We protect so many things. These phones, see them? We protect them like it's nobody's business. We do that. We protect them. But do we do that with everything else? Do we do that with everything else? Do we? Yes, we do that. We protect. Sorry, that's my phone. Do we do that with our lives? Do we do that with our income? Right now, I think our economy is kind of shot, right? And I still see people spending frivolously. That's their right, that's your prerogative. But the only person who can take care of your future self is your current self today. So, how many of you pay yourself when you get paid first? I can't tell you what to do. It's your prerogative. But do you do that? Don't cheat yourself. You got to pay the gas man, the oil man, the car man, the mortgage man, the rent man, the cell phone man, the regular phone man, the light man, the food man, the tax man. Every man or woman you're taking care of. Do you feel like you pay child support for every bill? It's like a child support you have to pay. But my point I'm trying to make, I'm trying to be funny, and I'm not a comedian. But what I'm saying is, how about putting a little for you too? Put a little for you too. And it's easy. Start small. What can you afford? I don't know. 25 bucks, 50 bucks, 75 bucks, 100 bucks, 125, 150, 203. I believe I watch a lot of my friends on social media do a lot of vacationing. I see it all the time. They do. They go on trips. They go in here. They go in there. They go in everywhere, right? I see it. And I always wonder, are they funding it the right way? I don't know. Are they? Are they funding it the right way? I don't know. But what if there was a way, like I've always said, to use life insurance to do that? And you can. You can. I told you guys a couple months ago, one of my clients called me. They were doing a small remodeling job in their house and they needed $9,000. They called me. We made a call, and in 2 days, the money was in their account. That person hasn't called me since. Lord God, have mercy. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And I'm saying to you, make sure that you are protected. Make sure your parents are protected. Make sure your children are protected. Make sure your siblings, continue. Don't be scared to continue. Why is it you ever seen people who are passionate about? I'll give you an example. You may say, why aren't you using your religion? But Jehovah's Witnesses, they are passionate about what they do. You see them at the DMV, the supermarket, they come to your house because they believe in what they believe. It should be the same thing with us when it comes to financial literacy. Changing, I hear about 529 college savings plans all the time. Bump that. Use life insurance to fund education. I hear about, well, I was eliminate my mortgage. I want to pay an extra payment every year of two. Don't use that. Use life insurance to do that. Well, I hear people want to go on vacation, go to Dubai, go to Jamaica, go to Greece, go to wherever. Use life insurance to fund that. I hear people want to buy a car. Use life insurance to do that. Life insurance is the golden rule that most people are not aware of. Most people are not aware of how we use it because you've been lied to. Cavell says something here. What did she say? You can put some in mine as well. I agree. They can put some in yours as well. I agree 150%. Folks, summer will be leaving us very soon. June 21st was the first day of summer. The weather's making you feel like fall is around the corner. I remember when I was a kid in Boston, my father used to say when it was Labor Day, here comes Labor Day, get out the long johns. Fall is coming, man. Don't let the new quarter for the fall quarter starts and you still have the same habits, the same things that you're doing. There are some people I believe are embarrassed that they haven't done anything. Some people are ashamed. Some people may be uninsurable, but there's things we can do for you. We can show you that. There's what we call survivorship. We can do that. So you can use the concept of overfunding cash value or infinite banking concepts. There's ways to do it. We can do those things. But you have to talk to a licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Someone like me. That's what the song says. And I take great pride in that. There are some people who, like right now, I'm dealing with a situation where one of my clients is ill, and their daughter is handling their situations for them now, and sometimes it's heartbreaking because the children, they don't see the vision that the parents had or the grandparents, and it's sad because, and I think the reason that they don't see it is because they don't have. Everybody thinks they know everything. One of my greatest strengths is not knowing what I don't know. I don't know how to fix cars. I don't know how to fix houses. I don't know how to fix TVs. I don't know how to install cable. I don't know how to this. I don't know how to that. There's a lot of things I don't know how to do. A lot of things. And I will tell you, I mean, I can cook to survive, but I'm not a chef. I can do laundry. I can iron. I can do those things. But the things that some of you don't know with financial literacy is that having a trusted financial professional who has your best interest at heart is a flex. It's a flex. And the reason why it's a flex is because you can draw on their experience. They can show you. And I've always told people, it's not benefiting me what we do for you. It's benefiting you. It's benefiting you. And there's people watching tonight who have done that and they've used it. And I'm so proud of them. I don't want anything to happen to them, but I know if something happens to them, I won't be worried because I'd be sad and I would cry, but I know that their families would be okay. And I pray the same thing for you. I want to see your family okay, just in case. Because you see, when life happens, right, you know, it doesn't bring the people back, or if they're sick. Can you imagine you have a family member who has a chronic or critical illness, very severe, category 4 or whatever, and you can't work and you can't take care of them, but you don't have got the money. So you have to put them somewhere, and the service that they're getting, it could be your mother or your father or your brother, your sister, whatever it may be, and they're not getting the proper service that they should be getting. Well, what do? It would be nice if you could do it for yourself, and then you have an emergency pool of money. Because if you don't do that, you're going to start using your savings, and eventually it'll run out. I am not wishing critical or chronic illnesses on anybody. I would never, ever do that. That's barbaric. But I'm also saying I know and I've seen it over and over and over and over again. People have hit me up through GoFundMe's, crowdfunding. Those are not life insurance. Those are actually begging. And you say, well, you're a Christian, you're a nice guy. You say, well, no, you got to plan too. You have to plan for your future. And if you live to be live a long life. I was talking to my siblings. We have a siblings call last Friday, and I have 4 siblings that's 70. Next year, I'll have 5 siblings that's at least 70. And not too far down the road, in 4 years, I'll have 6 siblings that's 70. And what I'm saying here is that life is not promised, but for those of you who believe in God, and I do, I heard a pastor said like this: live like Jesus is coming tonight, but plan like he's coming in 100 years. 100 years from now, no one who's watching this will be alive. Well, you could be if you're really young, because 100 years from now, I'll be 160, and I won't be around. But what I do know is that people forget if planning has not been done. I've heard it been said that if someone left you $500,000 or $1 million or $250,000 or $100,000, I believe you'd remember their name for the rest of your life, as long as you have your mental faculties. Some of our friends, we don't even remember them when they're gone. This is not about remembrance, it's about planning. And it's paramount that you put something in place. I don't care if you want to use it for vacations. I don't care for college planning, for kids to go to college. I don't care if you want to use it for yourself, for trips. I don't care if you want to use it for eliminating debt. I don't care if you want to use it for whatever the situation might come up. Be like the wealthy. Plan. Give the next generation a leg up or a hand up. Some of us, our parents or our grandparents, did the best that they could. They did not have this Tuesdays with Terrence to tell them about this. They did the best that they could. But some of you have this weekly to help you, to inform you, to show you, to tell you. Folks, financial literacy is not hard. But like anything, if you don't know about it, you'll make some mistakes. You would make some mistakes, and I don't want you to make any mistakes. I want you to plan ahead, and I want you to be good, because eventually what will happen is that as you plan, you will make great decisions. And as life goes on, I was watching a podcast I said earlier, and the guy that the host was talking to, they asked him, "Are you scared to die?" And the person says, "No," but the person said, "But I don't want to die." And listen, I don't want to talk about death. No, it's inevitable, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about planning. I want to talk about living benefits. I want to talk about, do you have a 401k at your old job? If you're watching this, if you're over 59 and a half, do you have a 401k somewhere I can help you with? And if not, have you put something in place for protection just in case? Have you? Have you? Folks, become a wealth creator. A wealth creator is someone who create wealth for themselves and their loved ones. And you can do it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You have to start somewhere, though. You have to start somewhere. And I think as you start thinking about that, you need to decide, how are you going to move forward? How are you going to move forward? Are you ready? 30-year-olds and 40 something year olds, 30 something year olds, and 40 something year olds are having strokes. Come on, man. The younger you start, the greater you're going to be as you get older financially. The older that you are, you can still do it, but you may not be able to do as much because it's more expensive, unless if you have a windfall of money. They say money talks, right? If it talks, what are you doing to protect it if it talks? Hmm? What are you doing to protect it if it talks? What are you doing to protect it if it talks? Folks, listen to me. Listen to me. Today, I want you to start thinking about who it is you can reach out to tell them there's a guy you need to talk to, or there's a gal you need to talk to that can help you. Two of my business partners are watching. If you're in Massachusetts, call Cavell Scott. Go on a Facebook page and find her. If you're in Virginia, Peach's Goodwill, Peach Goodwill right there. Find her. Say, I need insurance. If you're somewhere else, I'm licensed in those states. Reach out to me. I see people promoting all kind of foolishness on social media. I watched a reel today, and I regret that I watched it. It was so stupid. And I think that person had about 230,000 followers. The content is garbage. I mean, I'm looking at the content and I'm like, because sometimes it just comes down to your scrolling, right? I'm like, who in the world is going to follow that crap? But people do. I even see people, promote all kind of businesses on their personal pages, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, Facebook. Have that. People do. And I'm thinking to myself, all that foolishness that you guys are supporting and all that foolishness that you guys are promoting, you know, what about the positiveness? Someone says maybe my message is not resonating. I I fail to believe that. It's resonating all right. Because if it wasn't resonating, why would some of you be hitting me up, on the financial tip to do this or to sponsor this or to sponsor that? Well, if what I'm doing is not resonating, I don't have any money. Why hit me up? Right? What I do know is this, folks. Most people procrastinate, but a lot of people plan. I'm not talking to the procrastinators, I'm talking to the planners. The procrastinators, sometimes when you come to me, it's too late. Whatever I can do for you, I'll do. But the people who are serious, they are planners. They want to make sure that their family's okay. They want to make sure that they're okay. It's something serious that you have to start thinking about. So, how do you do that? You start somewhere. You start with something. You start with putting $50 aside, $100, 200. Some of you can maybe 1,000. Some of you 2,000. Some of you 3,000. Some of you 4,000, 5,000. Some of you have a surplus. But put it away so that you can access it free with no stipulations in the future. And those of you who are willing to do that, those is who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the people who watch this all the time and go, oh, and they give you a thumbs up and they do nothing. I'm talking about people in the continental United States now. If you're in different countries and different places, you can still practice these concepts wherever you are. But for those of you who are in the continental United States, what is it going to take for you to change your thinking? Excuse me. What is it going to take for you to change how you process or you do what it is that you need to do? What is it going to take? Something to happen, and then you guys come on social media and you feel mad. You get mad at people because they're not supporting your GoFundMe or they're not contributing. No. Plan now. Be wise. Don't be a fool. People get mad when I quote this text in Proverbs. It says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. People always want to call me out on the things that I say. And like, for example, if I say something or I post something, why is it bothering you? Are you guilty? Is it hurting you because you feel? I'm not talking to, man. It's like going to church when the preacher preaches. He's not talking to you. He didn't know you was doing what you was doing last night. He didn't know you were backing it up on someone's son or someone's daughter. He didn't know you were where you were supposed to be. It's just giving you a message. It's the same thing with me. I'm just giving you a message. Every week I give you a message on things you need to do. You need to change how you think. If any one of you who are my Facebook friend is thinking about financial planning, the first name that should come to your mind is, Havis Terrence Bardui. Even from Dominica, you say, Havis Badwill, look, boy, I need to call Mr. right away, boy. That's how Dominicans talk. So the key here is simply this, folks. Let's change our trajectory. Let's change our mindset. And let's make sure that for September, which is Life Insurance Awareness Month, everybody that you know should have life insurance. Everybody. And for those of you who don't have it for your children or your grandchildren, your husband, your wife, for yourself, start over. When I started this, there was a lot of people reaching out to me. Now, some of them have pulled back, and it's okay. You know why? They've pulled back because they realize, you know what? This guy is talking to me, and I ain't ready yet. Folks, don't let too late be your cry. I know a lot of you have done planning, and I applaud you. but some of you can do a lot more. You can add to what you have. You can augment what you have. You can get out of debt using this concept. You can do rollovers, all these different things that you do. I pray that this year, this month, in August and in September, you start thinking about your future. Because, folks, don't tell me things are hard, because I still see, man, I see everybody traveling all over the world. I see it on social media. You don't want me to see it, block me or delete me or don't post it. But you post it so you have money. So this is my prayer for you tonight. My prayer for you tonight is that you make a concerted effort to change your mindset, make a concerted effort to augment what you have if you already have, a concerted effort if you don't have to get some, and if you don't know how to start or where to start or what you should be doing or how to make your money grow tax-free with guarantees, you need to give me a call. Some of you have a lot of money that you can use for tax-free retirement. I can show you these concepts as well. But remember this. Is there anyone that would be affected financially if something happened to you today? Anyone? If there's anyone that will be affected financially, you need to have life insurance, and they do too. So I want to thank you for watching tonight. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardoui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardoui. Some people call me Little Boy. Some people call me Luku Boy. Whatever it may be that you call me, I am your licensed financial pro, and I'm the person you should be talking to change how you move forward on the financial tip. So thank you for watching. Share this, like this. If there's someone that you know who needs my help financially, I am willing to help and give them some help. There is some stuff if your children needs a way, they have a part-time job, they should start now. And I can show you that too. Financial literacy should start in kindergarten. It never ends. And I'm here as a resource and a guide. Thank you for watching. Make it a good night. And as we play our theme song to close, the roots to my rise from Dominica to Boston to the South. This is Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make sure you secure your future, your family's future. And please don't go on social media putting GoFundMe and crowdfunding. It actually turns people off. It's begging. And you're better than that. Thank you for watching, and make it a good night. Hasta la vista. Good night, everybody.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand.
I was in Boston last week. I enjoyed it.
Life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Good night, everybody. If you like what you hear, share it. God bless you. Hasta la vista, babies. I'm out. Bye bye.